Hello, and welcome to Liz's Supernatural Spectacular Show. I'm Liz Gage, and I will be reviewing the CW Supernatural Season 10. So today I watched Black and Reichenbach. I just watched Black now, and it was the season opener. So this episode basically just set up the season, so it wasn't very meaty, it wasn't that exciting per se. The end of it was. The end of it was a little exciting. So it basically talks about the things that happened in season 9 and adds to it. So we ended season 9 with Dean turning into a demon after he dies in a fight with Metatron. And he leaves Sam for, I believe, 6 months. And this starts off with Sam looking for Dean and him eventually finding out he's a demon. And then it also talks about Castiel and how he's dealing with his stolen grace. So last season he stole grace from someone when his was stolen by Metatron, and he has been becoming sick and weak because of the grace failing him. And so, also in this episode, we learned what Dean acts like as a demon, and he's not that different from human Dean, except he's just meaner. Um, he drinks a lot, he sleeps around a lot, which, I mean, that's not that different from Dean, except that he's just ruder about it. And then we also learn what's going on in heaven and what's happening with the angels. And so there are rogue angels that refuse to go back to heaven because they find Earth freer and they're more independent on Earth. So then Cass is contacted by Hannah, the other angel, who works for him, and she informs him about two who killed another angel who tried to bring them back to heaven, and they confront these two angels, but Cass has to kill one of them when they get in a fight. So I mean, that's interesting. It wasn't, I mean, nothing is truly fascinating in this episode. It's just sort of repeat information, and I don't know, it wasn't a strong episode. So we ended off with the episode with a man who is hunting down Dean because when he was a young boy, Dean killed his dad because he was a monster. And so he captures Sam in order to find Dean, and we end the episode with the man trying to bribe Dean into coming back for Sam, like, I'm gonna kill Sam if you don't come, and Dean doesn't come back for him because he's a demon. So now I'm gonna give my ratings of the episode. I have a 10-star rating system, 10 being the best and 1 being the worst. I would give this episode a 6 out of 10. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It was definitely not one of the best season openers. It was just kind of a bore, to be honest. This is my second time watching it, so it kind of, like, I couldn't pay attention a lot. But, I mean, it was still a Supernatural episode, and I still loved watching it. It was just not as exciting as prior Supernatural episodes. So I'm going to see how the critics rated this show and how other people rated it, this episode. So on tvfanatic.com, this episode got a 4.5 out of 5 on user rating and critics rating, and also on IMDb it got an 8.8 out of 10. So I must not agree with critics and users on this one. I mean, I guess I just have a higher expectation from Supernatural, and this episode just didn't meet it. So I'm going to watch the second episode of season 10 right now, Reichenbach. So I will be Reichenbach after this. I'm sorry. Jensen Ackles is so hot. Alright, so I'm back. and I just watched Reichenbach, and that is such a good episode. It is such a good episode. It's such an improvement from Black. I'm so happy with it. I don't know why I love this episode so much. I just love it. So I have to apologize. For Black, I said that you find out that the man who captured Sam, his dad was killed by Dean. You don't find out that until this episode. I just knew it because I had already watched these episodes. So his name's Cole, the man who father was killed by Dean, and we go to a flashback to where he watched his dad be killed by Dean, and it has this weird, creepy special effects to make Jensen Ackles, who plays Dean, look younger, and it looks creepy. It's weird. So yeah, that takes us back. That's when you find out that he's after Dean because of this. So, and then Crowley sends Dean, who is having trouble with dealing with the Mark of Cain and having anger issues and such. And Crowley sends Dean to kill the wife of someone who sold his soul, but instead he kills the husband because he insulted Dean, and he's out of control. He's just bloodthirsty. And so Crowley gets really mad at him, and Dean's like, well, what are you gonna do? And so Dean leaves Crowley and's like, I'm done with you. And so Crowley contacts Sam to find Dean because Dean is being annoying to Crowley, and he gives where Dean is. He gives away where Dean is. Oh, I forgot to mention, Sam escapes Cole because Cole intentionally did that so that he could follow Sam and find Dean. So yeah, Sam is out. Okay, so now we're getting to Cass. Cass and Hannah got in a car accident in the beginning of this because Cass is really sick. He's not doing well. He's kind of getting worse. And so Hannah goes up to heaven to go to Metatron and try and make a deal so that she can get Cass's soul. Not soul, Grace, to get Cass's grace. And Crowley finds out, or not Crowley, I'm sorry. Cass finds out, and he goes up there and makes Hannah take away the deal because he knows that if he lets Metatron free, then so many people are going to die, and it's just not going to end well. It's not worth it. So Sam finds Dean, and he proposes to fix him. He's like, Dean, we can fix this. We can cure demons. But Dean is like, no, I want to be a demon. And he threatens to kill Sam a bunch of times. So Cole shows up. He throws I don't know what it's called, a gas grenade, smoke thing. Smoke grenade into the restaurant they're at, or the bar. And he gets Sam and Dean out of the bar to try and kill Dean, but since Dean is so powerful and he's such a powerful demon that he almost kills Cole but doesn't because he wants Cole to suffer because he was beat up by the man he's been trying to kill all his life. And there was such a good line during that fight scene. It was Dean was like, what did you think you were gonna come up and say I'm Inigo Montoya, you killed my father, prepare to die? So good. Princess Bride, so good. I just loved that line. So eventually Cole knocked out Sam so that he could try and kill Dean. And then Sam wakes up and he comes up behind Dean and he captures him with handcuffs that are specially made for demons, and he puts him in the back of his car and brings him back to the bunker so that he can try to cure him, and he's just being mean to him, he's threatening him, and Dean's threatening Sam, and not good. So then it ends with, well, that's the last scene where Dean's in the back of the car, and then we pan to Cole in a library all bloody, and he's like, "Get me a book on demons. Give me all you have on demons." So we know he's gonna come back. And then there's a scene with Crowley, and he's alone at the bar, and he pulls up a picture on his phone with him and Dean in cowboy hats, like giving thumbs up. It's really funny. This episode was so good. So I'm going to give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. It's not the best episode I've seen, but it's a really good one. It's a quality one. I mean, compared to Black. And I looked it up on tvfanatics.com and IMDb again. It only did slightly better on TV Fanatics. It got a 4.6 out of 5 by the critics and a 4.7 out of 5 by the fans, or the user ratings. And the critic review for IMDb was a 9.1 out of 10, so that's really good. Yeah, so those were Black and Reichenbach, and join me for the next episode of Liz's Supernatural Spectacular Show, where I will be reviewing, I don't remember the episode names right now, but episodes 3 and 4 of Season 10 of Supernatural. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Like this video, subscribe. Bye.